Hi there, I've got these Derwent Intense pencils today and I'm just going to unwrap them and have a look at these. And they're in the wrapper. I just need to unwrap them. So what I'm going to do today is have a look at what they look like swatched out on this grid that I've made. There's some lovely colours here, ranging from a greeny kind of yellow, purples, all the way through. So I'll just start with the first one, and I'm just going to do it quite hard at the top. Just give a lot of colour. I do love colouring in pencils, they're just so nice to work with, really soft and playful. So just coming a little bit lighter down here, leaving a few gaps. And I've got this more orangey yellow, it's called Sun Yellow, this one. Again, same principle, lots of pressure at the top here in this corner, bringing that down, leaving some gaps here. And this one's called Tangerine. Oh, it is very tangerine-y, lovely juicy looking colour. Just gonna bring that down. Lots of deep colour here, and lighter here. Poppy red. So these pencils, they are professional quality. I have got the Inktense blocks, which I've used previously, which I really love. And when you add water to them, they will give a very intense kind of colour, which I'm hoping. This one's called Chili Red, and I think these actually stain permanently when you add water. So you could do this and put it on 2 pieces of material, see how that works out. I've got Shiraz. That kind of looks more dark red than a Shiraz kind of colour. And we've got a fuchsia. So if you like watercolour painting and you want to just add a little bit more depth to your painting, you can pencil over the top and then add some more water. It just creates a bit more depth to your painting. Or you could just leave it and not add any water at all. Violet here. So it all depends on your style, but you might want to play around with watercolour pencils. Sometimes with the abstracts I like to do like scribble kind of patterns with them. With these I would imagine you'd be able to do some lovely backgrounds. I've got an iris blue here. Or you could do a picture and maybe it needs a little bit more detail. So say you were doing the sea or a landscape, you wanted to add more detail into those items, you could just layer on some of this pencil, activate it with some water, and then maybe pencil on top once it's dry to just get that fine detail. This one says Violet, and it is very dark purpley colour. Trying to keep them in order as I put them back into the box. Bright blue. I wouldn't say that's bright, I would say it's more of a royal blue. I don't know about you, what do you think? I mean, that one looks a bit more bright to me, more of a cerulean blue. This looks a bit aquamarine-y, deep indigo, almost black I would say, very dark colour. Sea blue. So good for your seascapes. I would say when you're doing a seascape, this would be good for in the distance where the colour will appear quite dark. Maybe then add your cerulean looking blue there, the lighter blue. Got teal green, nice colour. It's a green with a sort of bluey tinge to it. These feel quite nice to work with. So that's good, always a bonus. We've got apple green, lovely zingy kind of colour. That look nice with a yellow or an orange. Here I've got a field green, so I'm hoping this is more of a natural looking green. Yeah, that's quite a nice sort of grassy kind of green. And leaf green, again, this, oh yeah, that's very natural looking. So what you could do with these, if say you wanted a colour that's in between these two, you'd be able to mix one on top of the other and then activate it with your water, and it would just make a different kind of green for you. So you could practice this on a sheet of paper, see what works best for you. If you're a bit unsure about the colours that you've got coming out of the box, and that would be the same for your paints as well. You can mix them up, make different colours if you haven't quite got the colour that you would want. I've got a baked earth. This is a brown with a bit of a red hue to it. We're coming into the browns. Now, a willow would be good for trees, I would think. It's got that kind of earthy kind of look to it. And the last one I'm going to use is bark. That's almost black. In this tin, the ones that I haven't used are here, and they're all very similar colours and a white. But I just wanted to swatch out and have a look at what the colours come out like. Okay, so I've got a smallish brush, I've got a size 6 here. I'm just going to activate by just adding some water onto there. May have picked up a little bit of the pencil. Should have really thought about that before I did this, but didn't. So, oh, that's a nice yellow. That's sort of like a sunset yellow. These are lovely vibrant colours. And this is the tangerine. Can't really see how light they go, but I would imagine as you drag them down, they're going to just get lighter and lighter. Maybe I've put just a bit too much pencil on to show that. Very nice tangerine red. This is a really lush, very nice. So this is quite interesting. It looks very dark when you draw it out, but then it's got this lovely rich colour. I think that one was called burgundy or claret or something. Remind me of wine. Okay, lovely colour there. And I can see that, I don't know whether you can see, if you put enough water on, the marks from the strokes that you've made with the pencil are disappearing. So it's not leaving, sometimes you with watercolour pencils, you still get those marks that you've left from drawing. And this is sort of the cerulean blue, which I think they might call bright blue. Oh, very purpley. And lovely sky blue. Perfect for a summer's day. And this one's an indigo. I think this was the sea blue. Very similar to this colour, I think. Now the green, going into the green section. This one's a bit of a bluey green. Could be quite good for your sea. If you're in a hot climate, you might see greens in a sea. Very nice bright green. I mean, these colours will change slightly as they dry, so we can have a look at that once they're fully dry. See what they look like. Well, that's a nice green. I quite like that. That's very natural. These look a bit fluorescent to me. This one looks as though it's got that natural kind of hue to it that you would want if you're doing a landscape. And this has got a very surprising yellow hue. That was surprising. I was expecting it to be more brown than it is. Lovely rich browny red, this one. This one would be very good for trees, even though I think it's this one that's called bark, but let's have a look at what, oh yeah, you could use a combination of these. It's got a slight red hue to that. So I'll let these dry and then we'll come back and have a look at them. So they've all dried now, and you can just see the lovely lush colours that they leave behind. These are the yellows here, beautiful colours. And then we're going on to the reds. absolutely gorgeous, very intense colours here. This wine colour was Shiraz, it wasn't claret. But there you go. So yeah, really interesting. I look forward to using these in some of the watercolour abstracts that I do and see how they perform. I hope you get to try. I hope you've got some watercolour pencils because they're really fun to use. If not, just use your colouring in pencils on top of your abstracts if you feel that you want to do a bit of pencil work. It's always nice to do. But thank you so much for watching and hope to see you again soon. Okay, bye.